Hello, I'm Monica Price and welcome to Cuppa TV. We welcome back the one and only Sam Barton today, who's been in the press and on the TV since he last appeared here on Cuppa TV. He's here today to tell us what's happening in his life now. My guest today is Sam Barton, TV personality and the guy who spent more than £50,000 on cosmetic surgery to look like his idol, Joey Essex. We welcome you back, Sam Barton.
To look like who?
I know. Who's that?
I never, ever wanted to look like Joey Essex, honestly.
I remember when you first came on, Sam, we had that conversation.
Yeah,
How did that first begin?
I think it was my dentist, you know, I think he had a sneaky chat with the press. When I went to the dentist, he said, how do you want your teeth? I said, I want them like Joey Essex's. Well, God's own, I regret saying it because he has not dropped since.
Because the press, that's all they, you know, whenever they see anything about you, it's Joey Essex.
Look-alike or Joey Essex. Like, I mean, I wish I did look like him, don't get me wrong, but I've never tried to. I started having surgery long before he was around as well.
Really?
I started having surgery, started having Botox when I was 17 and he was unheard of then, so
there we are. Well, Sam, it's lovely to have you back on Cuppa TV.
Thank you.
You've been getting up to all sorts of things since we last saw you. But for those of you perhaps who've missed the first show, just give us a little bit of background on you. Now, you spent £50,000 on cosmetic surgery, is that right?
I think it's a little bit more than £50,000.
A little bit more than that,
Maybe
okay.
Just a little bit. Yeah, so I've spent a lot of money. It needed to be spent though, do you know what I mean? If your house is a mess, you do it up, and my face wasn't to be seen in public, so I needed to sort it out.
So what did you have done?
How long have we got?
Oh, we've got a whole show. Take your time.
I've had my teeth done, obviously.
Yes.
I've had my nose done twice, believe it or not. My Botox, my fillers, my eyes lifted. I've had tanning injections. I've had a lot. In December, I'm having this really cool operation done. I'm going to Belgium.
Yes.
And I'm gonna have like fake abs put in.
Fake abs?
Yeah, my friend's getting her boobs done at the same time, so we're going to make a trip of it.
Okay.
Have a good old surgery weekend in Belgium, why not?
And I remember when you were last on, Sam, we talked about the fact that it's kind of addictive, really, what you're doing. And would you say you're still the same?
Oh yeah, I just love it. Like, there's no better feeling than looking good, is there? So I try my best.
Yeah. But I mean, you said before when you were doing it, you take time to research and make sure you're going to someone who's reputable.
Oh God, yeah.
Because there's a lot of people out there, that are not quite as reputable as perhaps they should be. Yeah. And what would you say to people who are thinking about having plastic surgery?
Oh God, don't take advice off me. That's what I'd say. Just make sure you know what you're doing because it's irreversible. So. You got to be sure you know what you're going into. I know I'm the worst person ever to advise, but yeah, just as long as you know what you're doing.
When did you start, Sam? When did you start your plastic surgery? How old were you?
I started having cosmetic at 17. That's when I started having my Botox. I think my first procedure going under general anaesthetic, I was 19 or 20. And
now you've got, you've had all this wonderful cosmetic surgery and procedures that you continue to have. Does that boost your confidence? Does that make you feel better about yourself?
I like to think so. Like, as I said last time, I'd never be doing something like this before. I don't think you would have had me on the show looking like I used to, honestly. But yeah, I like to think so. I've still got a long way to go. There's still so much more I want to have done. And I see other people and I think, God, I wish I looked like you. But yeah, it definitely, your confidence does improve as you look better. Like, I used to talk with my hand over my mouth, and now I walk down the street and I'm just smiling at everyone because I can.
That's it.
So
you've got lovely white shiny teeth. But now, Sam, tell us what you've been doing then, Sam. Now, first of all, we've had the MTV series. So I don't know if anybody's missed that. Tell us a little bit about that.
Do you know? When they contacted me to do the show, we were going to do a show about something completely different. And like when the research for shows, I'm sure you know, they like to speak to your family, find a bit more about you. And they said, can we have a chat with your brother? I said, well, I'm not really speaking to him at the moment because he's necking off with my ex. They were like, brilliant, we love it. So the whole concept of the show kind of changed. And 2 days later, I found myself throwing a big glass of water over him.
Yes. Yeah, I hope you're not going to throw a glass of water.
No,
notice I haven't put any water on the table today.
Yeah, let me tell you something really funny about that. I threw the glass, I was so angry. I threw this glass of water and I sat down, they were like, we didn't quite get that, guys, we're going to have to do that again.
No.
Like, oh my God, yeah.
So you had to do it again?
I had to throw the glass of water again.
What led up, because those of you who've missed it, there's perhaps some viewers who've missed that, so what led up to that? Just tell us the story
so basically,
about that.
my brother spoke to the researchers and said he was really embarrassed about the way that I behave. Can you believe it? Really embarrassed about the way that I behave when I'm out and about, that I'm an attention seeker again, would you believe it? and that he wants me to calm down a little bit and stop having so much surgery. And as the show went on, Vicky from Geordie Shore come to see me, and I've known Vicky for a while anyway, so she knew a bit about me. And I kind of said to her, he's in no position to say anything at the moment. He's been getting on with my ex. And then she went and met my ex, and Vicky was like, why don't we all just meet up and have a chat? Well, when we sat there, I think we got there about 12 o'clock, and Vicky had been out the night before, so she didn't get out of bed. So for 3 hours, we were sitting around waiting for Vicky to turn up for filming. Well, we had 1 vodka and Coke, we had 2 vodka and Cokes, we had 3 vodka and Cokes. And by the time it got to actually filming, I think we were all half cut. So I think it added so much fuel to the fire, and it just got really heated. Hence why I think we were meant to have a quarter of the show, and we ended up taking half of the show.
Because of
so yeah, they actually removed someone else from the show to give
I hope
us a
you've all
bigger
made
edit.
up now.
Do you know? I've been so busy. I've been in Zante for 5 weeks.
Yes, I mean
so,
you've been in Zante. So tell us about that.
Well, my manager called me a couple of months ago, and he was like, "Fancy a holiday?" I was like, "Well, don't we all?" He was like, "A fan has contacted him via Facebook, and asked if I wanted to go to Zante for as long as I want." So I thought he was winding me up. I was like, "Really?" So he asked me to send my passport across, and before I knew it, I was on a plane to Zante. Let us know when you want to come home. I had an apartment, I had money, I had a car to drive, I had it all. It was great. It was honestly, so much fun.
And you didn't know that you didn't know this person?
No, I've still not met them. I keep saying I'm gonna meet them when I get back. But he's a married man with a business and kids, so I don't know what he's a fan of exactly.
Yes.
It's something.
Obviously liked you.
Yeah, I am really grateful, don't get me wrong, but
yes.
yeah, I had a great time, got so much. Went out on them little pedlos in the sea.
Yes, yeah.
Got so sunburnt. But yeah, had a
Did
great
you meet lots
time.
of people out there though?
So, do you know, my body just couldn't take anymore. I rang Barry, my manager, and I was like, "Get me home. My body can't take anymore." But yeah, had a great time. Met so many people out there, and they were filming for Geordie Shore out there as well at the time.
Yes,
so we went along
right,
to the filming of that.
And did you see any of the Geordie Shore?
Yeah, we spent the day with them, and Gaz from Geordie Shore, his girlfriend Lily, she just launched a clothing range.
That's right.
So we spent the day with her as well.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah.
Is it when you're with those people, Sam? Do you feel because you really did leap into that kind of TV personality overnight, really, wasn't it? Do you find yourself taking a step back and thinking, how on earth did I get here? Or have you just accepted it now and you're going with it?
Every day I wake up, I sat on the plane on the way out to Zante, and I just thought, what the hell? Because last time, if I'm completely honest with you, this time, well, I say last year, just over a year and a half ago, I was in 30 grand's worth of debt, I had no car, I was using an out-of-date bus ticket to get on a bus, and now I've got a car, I'm going to buy, well, I went and test drove a new BMW this morning. I've got a nice car, I'm out of my debt, and I'm kind of realising why it's all happened, because at first I kind of thought, is there a meaning to this? But yeah, every day I wake up and think, how, why, what?
Has it made you take stock, though, of your life itself and what you were doing and how you want to see your future?
I'm kind of living every day as it comes right now, because you just don't know what's going to happen. So you don't know whether you're going to get told you're going to Zante for 4 months, or you're going to be on this show, or you just don't know. So you take each day as it comes, and kind of, your friends, your core friends are always going to be there for you no matter what you do. So,
and you're still in touch with those friends, aren't you?
I'm more in touch with my older friends now than I was before, because so many people, I'm sure you know, kind of try and worm their way in and be your friend when they're not really your friend.
Yeah. Have you had that a lot, just because you're a celebrity?
Like you're a celebrity, stop it. Loads. But you kind of expect it, don't you? You open yourself up to it. So.
Does it surprise you when people do that to you, though? They contact you and you perhaps haven't had any contact with them, perhaps an old friend you've not had contact with?
It's so hard to work out whether they're genuine or not, because some people do just want to be your friend. They've seen you, they like what you're about, and they want to be your friend. And some people, there's more of an interior motive to it. So you just kind of got to be a good judge of character, I suppose.
Yeah, and you've just come back from Zante, obviously. Literally, just last couple of days, isn't it?
3 days ago.
Yes, that's it. And now you're back in the UK.
Yeah.
How is it like? What's it like being back home?
It's great, I love it. My friend came out to see me, and she drove as well, so it took her 4 days, so I overtook her and got back. And we are both happy to be home. I think we might pop back out there for a holiday for a couple of weeks, but yeah, it's great to be home. I've been so busy as well, so I've not slept in my own bed since I've been home, because it's been hotels and staying out with friends and whatever else. So
doing lots of things.
I can't wait for a Sunday dinner and a night in my own bed. And a shower that I don't have to hold.
Yes.
That would be great.
And you said you didn't meet the people in Zante who actually offered you.
No, they're from somewhere here in Birmingham, I think. But no, I've not met them yet. I spoke to them via email. But no, I will get around to it eventually, I'm sure.
Remember to say thank you.
Yeah, yeah. I've said thank you. There's not a lot more you can do, is there?
So, Zante is finished then? It's over, done, and you're straight back into work mode.
Yeah.
So, what's happening next?
Non-stop. Literally hotel after hotel, filming after filming. I'm doing a national TV documentary, which is going to be good fun.
Fantastic.
It's going to split opinion. It's going to cause uproar. But it's going to be a good one. This is my favourite one so far, I think.
Well, we'll talk about that after the break. So stay there, Sam. Great. So we're just going to take a quick break now, but come back and join me in just a minute. Welcome back to Cuppa TV. I'm still joined by my guest, Sam Barton. Now, before the break, Sam, we were talking about what you were going to do for national TV.
Yes.
So tell us more. What's happening?
So I was approached by a national TV production company, and they asked me to basically express my views about plus-size people in a documentary.
Right.
So I got to meet a plus-size model.
Now, we caught some of the filming.
Yeah,
because you filmed here in Birmingham. That's right, yes.
Yeah, Male Maison Hotel.
That's right, yes.
And basically it was, is it right for us to have role models as plus-size people? The reason being 26 out of every 100 people are obese in this country. Every 100 women are obese in this country. So as a result, you know, you'll die earlier, and should we be kind of letting children think that it's okay to be plus size and that you can still have a career?
Quite controversial then, this is
as a plus size person. Yeah, it is. It is quite controversial. But there are two ways of looking at it. You know, you should be happy in your own body, and you should feel comfortable. But I think that it's important that children do grow up with a healthier lifestyle. You'll die 7.1 years earlier if you've got a BMI of 35 or more at the age of 40. So it is quite something. 7 years is a long time, isn't it? So
did you learn some things by doing that show? Did you learn some things?
I'm always learning.
Yes.
That's what I love about it. I'm always learning. Yeah, it kind of was a massive eye opener to me, because when I first had the production meeting, it was just you know, people shouldn't be plus size. It doesn't look good. I'm sorry, and it doesn't. It's unhealthy. But I learned so much more about it, why it's unhealthy, what it can cause. You know, things like diabetes and fertility issues. Absolutely everything. So.
So is that quite surprising to you, Sam?
Yeah, it was. I didn't realise how much it can cause, and dare I say it, the strain that it has on the NHS. So.
Yeah. So again, so that's going to come out very soon.
Yeah, hopefully next month or so.
Okay.
I think we've not had a transmission date.
So we'll look out for that.
Yeah.
And when you do things like that, I mean, that's quite different to things you've done in the past.
Yeah, it is.
Did you find that quite challenging?
It was my first kind of hosting, second kind of hosting job. I kind of just fell into it.
So you presented that show, did you?
Yeah, well, I met someone, so I hosted it, or whatever you call it, I don't know. So, yeah, it was challenging to start with, and the girl that I met was so lovely as well. She was so lovely, so it was hard to kind of be hard on her, but it's what I got paid to do, so I had to make good TV, but it is interesting. I think that it will split opinion, because people are one way or the other, aren't they? So.
Yeah. And when you're, doing shows like that, are you thinking about the next project, or do you sort of engulf yourself into that show?
Well, I do always say that I think for today, not tomorrow, but I've kind of got an idea in my head of things that I'd like to do, and TV shows I'd like to do in terms of reality and also hosting as well. And it's just kind of trying to keep longevity in a career, isn't it? Because when it all dries up, I'll wish that I'd done this, and I'll wish that I'd done that. So I'm just taking everything that gets offered to me.
So what would you really like to do? Is there a show that you'd really like to be on?
Eventually, I'd like to make it into the Big Brother house. I know it didn't quite work out this time, because
not quite, but you nearly got there though.
Do you know, I found out the day before I was going into hiding that I wasn't going into the show. Sam Barton is big mouth, but it works sometimes and it doesn't work others. And this time it didn't work out. But I think they're still quite eager to get me through them doors.
And if you did go into the to the Big Brother house, do you think that'd be quite challenging for you? Because I mean, you have no contact at all with the outside world. People don't realise that. People think, oh yes, I bet they just have their phones and they can. But you don't, do you? It's completely.
I was on a flight
nothing.
for 4 hours the other day, and dying to check my Facebook and Twitter. 4 hours.
Sam, you're never going to last in the house.
And do you know, being out in Zante for a month, I did, like, in a weird way, keep comparing it, because I knew I was meant to be in Big Brother. I did keep comparing it to Big Brother being away from home.
Yes.
But I could still get on the phone, I could still do things. So yeah, I do think it would be a massive challenge. And I think that the people that go in the house, like Dee, for instance, was away from her children for 3 weeks. And I think that...
That's Dee Kelly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You do deserve a little bit more credit than what you actually get sometimes. But I'm sure, you know...
And when you go in the house, or when you have people who've watched it, your personality, you see personalities, true personalities come out, don't you? Because you might have this preconception of what it's going to be like, but actually it can completely change you, being cocooned in that environment with people. Would you be okay with that?
Yeah, I think I would. I think it all depends on who you're in there with as well, doesn't it? If you're with a group of people that you get on with so well, people are going to see a really good side to you. If I was in there with someone like, dare I say it, Josie Cunningham, you're going to see a really nasty side to me because I just can't stand her.
So what else, apart from Big Brother, what else would you like to do?
Oh, good question. I'd like to do more things like what I've just done, this national TV thing. I've been approached about being on a panellist show, like a kind of Celebrity Juice format, but different presenter and different something else. So I like, you know, light-hearted, funny things where we can take the mick out of each other.
And do you see yourself working abroad, Sam? Would you like to work abroad?
I've been, well, for the last year now, I've been trying to get me to LA. The first time I was meant to go, I broke both my hands 2 days before I was due to fly. Yeah.
Broke both of your hands?
Both my hands.
Dare I ask how you've done that?
We know I like a good old drink, right? I broke them on 2 separate occasions in the same night. The first one was on an arcade punching bag, and the second one I actually can't remember how I'd done it. But yeah, 2 days before I was due to fly, I broke both my hands, and we had an LA production company waiting to meet me, and obviously I couldn't make it. But I'll get over there at some point.
Do you regret that now?
No, obviously I was gutted at the time, but these opportunities always come back round, don't they? So.
And what about when you're meeting so many people, Sam? Have you met anybody that's kind of, that you really sort of aspire to be, or you really look up to on your way?
I'm not even going to answer this because we know what happens when I say that. I like to be like someone. It doesn't
It'll be
get
like
dropped.
Joey Essex.
I kind of just admire different people in the industry for different reasons. So I just want to do my own thing and have a laugh and enjoy myself as well as try and make a bit of money in the process. In the process.
Yeah. And with your family and friends, they're very supportive, aren't they, of what you do?
Yeah, my friends definitely. My family kind of don't like my mum doesn't buy newspaper anymore because no one wants to read. No one wants to read negative things about this. But my nan, on the other hand, she absolutely loves it. She loves it. She'll ring me and she'll say, "You never guess what this person has said about you." I'm like, "I know, Nan. I know, Nan." But my granddad, another funny story. I'm talking so fast.
No, it's all right, it's fine. Tell us your story.
My granddad used to be the villa manager.
Used to be the?
Aston Villa manager.
Really?
In 1982 when we won the Cup. And obviously my nan was married to my granddad. So she does always remind me that she's the wag and I'm the nobody. So remember who the wag is here, Sam.
Oh, how sweet.
She's 82. She's so young though. She's got Facebook, she's got Twitter, she's got Snapchat, she's got it all.
She does it all?
She's 82.
Fantastic. That's it. Do you encourage her to do that though, Sam?
Do you know what? I actually don't.
No, so she does it of her own accord.
She rang me the other day. She said, "Are you going to like my status or what?" I'm thinking, "Nan, you're 82.
I think that's great. Let's get her on the show.
Yeah,
she should have come on the show with
honestly,
you, Sam.
She'll talk more than me. Yeah. She will. She reminds me of the Nan out of Catherine Tate because she's a Londoner. She's a Southerner. Yeah. She reminds me so much of her. So much.
You could perhaps do a show.
Yeah.
That'd be a good show. You and your
Nan.
That would be such a good show, I'm sure.
She'll make me look boring. Honestly, she will.
Where do you think you get your personality from, Sam?
Well, I don't know. As I say, I'm really close with my nan, and my nan is kind of a say it how you see it kind of woman. I don't know. I think it's something that I've grown into myself because I'm a lot different person to what I was a few years ago. As I've had my surgery and I've got more confident, I've kind of found my own feet and become the person that I've always wanted to be. So I'm going to take credit for that. I'm going to say I get it from myself. I don't know.
Have you changed a lot because of what you do now?
As a person, like, I think no matter what you do in life, different experiences will change you. Like, if you're to win the lottery, obviously your lifestyle is going to change, so you're going to change. Yeah. I wouldn't say that I've changed in terms of morals and opinions. I'm still the same person, but I've just got a different lifestyle. So I get to go to different places and meet different people and do things that I wouldn't have been able to do outside the industry.
And if you had to choose one of those things, but you had to just choose one, you have to give up everything, but you have to keep one, what would that be?
Coming on Cuppa TV, of course.
Oh, that's the right answer. That's it, coming on doing your TV shows, but particularly
I love
Cuppa
live
TV.
TV. And I'm a bit of, what's the word? I love being papped. It sounds so vain, but it's just such a good feel-good feeling when you walk out of a nightclub.
Actresses, that, you know, that's, you go on a stage, it's the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
So you like to be in the
centre of
press.
attention, yeah.
But then, you know, I think as long as you admit it, which you have, then...
If I was to sit here and say that I hate the press, I'd be a complete liar because, as my manager always says to me, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. And
have the press been very supportive of you, Sam?
Oh, come on. Come on. Sometimes yes, sometimes not. I mean, I'm quite controversial, aren't I? So they're not always going to be extremely nice. But they've supported me somehow because I'm sitting here, and whether they're writing good things or bad things, they're writing. So I suppose they supported me, just not in the way that I kind of had in mind at the start.
So after you leave me today, what's the plans for the next week or so? What have you got going on?
Next week or so, well, I'm doing some more filming for... I nearly said the channel then.
Yes.
I'm doing some more filming for this
TV.
national TV show, and we've got a couple of meetings about doing some bits and pieces for the panel show, and I'm going to get my new car.
Yay!
Yeah.
So there's always something going on in Sam Barton's life.
There's always something going on.
Well, I think next time you come on Cuppa TV, you'll have to come on with your nan.
Yeah,
I insist.
Honestly.
I think that would be very good. Well, Sam, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming back.
I love it.
And, you know, just take care and come back and tell us some more about what you're doing very soon. Okay, thank you. So that's it for today. We'd love to hear from you, so please do get in touch, either by email or you can join us on Facebook or Twitter at Big Centre TV. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.